Okay, so now we're going to continue with these basic lessons, and we're going to be doing, I guess, like face brushes. Okay, so depending on like how much makeup you want to put on, or like what's your daily routine, or what you like doing, or what you don't like doing, that's going to depend. I sometimes like to do a full face, so mine are going to be different than yours. However, there's a few that I found that you just need to have if you just feel like you can have. So the first one is sort of like the Angles brush, and these are really good for contouring, blush as well, and I guess like bronzing if you want to do that. But I really like these, like I was talking about before, brushes are universal. Well, universal in a sense, like you can use these for a lot of things. Just because it's a powder brush doesn't mean you can't use it for blush, or just because it's a blush brush doesn't mean you can't use it for contouring. Like I said earlier, like once you start picking up these things and noticing like how to use them and how they work, then it becomes easier to interchange them or to substitute them out for something else. So I guess like with this, you do like a contour or blush. You know? Angled brushes, love these things. Elf has one. It's just different. I like this one. It's smaller, so it's more of like a MAC 168, but it's less harsh. I don't like this one that much, to be honest. This one's soft. I like this one. This one's soft as well. You don't want, like, another thing is too, you don't want brushes that are harsh. If they're harsh and they're like spiky, that's not a good brush. You can find like good cheap brushes that aren't like poking you. If it's rough, you don't want it on your face. If it leaves like streaky lines, you don't want it on your face. It's just, you're gonna look ratchet. Okay, so then I guess there's many different kinds of like blush brushes. I like to use a more flat skinny one, kind of like this. Now this one is actually, well, it's cheek and contour because it's double-sided, but this one's by Lancome. My aunt gave this to me, but this one is my favorite all-time blush brush because you just like pat it, and I like my blush a little bit more heavy, so that's that. There's also this one. It's like a flat bouquet. You can use this for a lot of things. Blush. I like to use this as blush. Like I said, I like more of a flat brush for blush, or like contouring. But, not so much for contouring. Mostly blush. This is also like this is a MAC 187. Got it like in a kit, but same thing. You can use this as blush. I like this as blush. I know a lot of people use this as like a not necessarily like contour, but like more of like a bronzing. Also, just an all-around like face brush. I know some people that use this for liquid foundation, powder foundation. It's actually really good for powder foundation. I have not tried it with liquid foundation. That's just me. But this is a good blush brush. For starting out, I would say just stick to something basic, like flat, skinny brush like this, or an angled brush. Only because it's easier, kind of get like the shape going. And then there's something like an all-around face, like I was talking about like earlier. Like you can use this like it's an all-around like powder brush, or something like this. This actually says blush brush. I just got this one. And this is Real Techniques. This is also a really good brand too, especially if like you're on a budget and it's kind of like you don't have a lot of money to spend on brushes. It's inexpensive. You can buy it at Ulta. Well, fairly inexpensive. You can buy sets and stuff for about $12. But you know, this says blush, but I bought this for the intention to buy this like as an all-around brush, especially face brushes. Interchange them all the time. There's that. There's also this one. Like, you'll see these a lot. It's like an all-around like face powder brush, not blush, brush. I'm sorry. And you just powder. Also, in the summer when I like to look a little bit more bronze, but I don't like to go outside because I don't tan. I get red like a tomato. So I do a heavier bronzing, so I can look all California. But yeah, or e.l.f. Like I said, great brand. I'm not trying to push e.l.f. on anybody, but they have this one, and I use this one, and it's just the total face brush, like that one. Okay, and then I was talking about like powder foundations and stuff. You can use like this or this or this. I recommend if you're gonna do like a powder foundation, something a little bit more like this. This is Real Techniques, and it's like this. It's dense, but it's soft because when you put the powder on your brush, you're gonna want to like pack it in. You're not gonna want to. You want to pack it on. That's how it's gonna stay. And then once I start like showing you some more stuff, and you're like, this is like a rundown. Yeah, it's gonna be a quick rundown just to show you, just introduce you to the brushes. So let's see. Oh, okay, yeah. Then sometimes I may be talking about like a setting brush or a highlight brush. This, I don't know what this is for. This is also another Real Techniques. However, this is my favorite brush. Favorite. I use this for my highlight. I don't know, it's just like perfect. It just gets in there every time. Or I think it's also used for like a setting brush, like when you like want to set your under eye concealer, or just like set some like powder foundation, like your more like oily parts, like your T-zone. So your T-zone, just real quick, that's like where people get oily, but I never understood that because like T, but I'm like more like an all around zone. Anyway, setting brush too. There's, sorry, I should have taken this out before I showed you. I just got these like 3 weeks ago. I haven't used them yet. There's also this, it's a setting brush, like I was talking about, like underneath eye concealer. I bought that for that purpose. See, interchanging. I bought that for that purpose, and also highlighting, just to do like a little bit more, especially when I need to like get in there for highlighting, because I like to look like a disco ball. But yes, also, guess who has a brush similar? e.l.f. This one's good. I actually have one like this. It's called a powder brush, and it's basically the same thing as this one or this one, except it's more like flat, which is fine. It's more like a detailed powder brush. Like I was talking about, with the angled brushes, just refresh your memory. These, you may come across something like this, but like more flat, well, more skinny, I guess, and that's for the most part used for foundation. However, like I said, interchange. But see, same thing. You don't need a million brushes. You can use this brush for a lot of things. Contour, bronzing, blush, all around face powder. Well, it'll take you forever, but same thing, same gist. Alright, quick rundown. Promise you, it's gonna get better.